Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. We have yogurt. We're on the final stages where the yogurt will taste good. You need 4 cups of milk in a saucepan, and you're going to bring it to a boil and turn it down. Well, actually turn it off after it comes to a boil. You're going to need a quart jar. I use a canning jar. Now this yogurt that's in this pint jar, you're not going to, just going to take a little bit from it and basically get rid of it because it really doesn't taste good, but this batch we're making will, and it will taste like yogurt. Now, I have to go get a jar and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. You're going to have to make sure your jar is sterile. Everything is sterile. You're going to put hot water in your yogurt maker, and the yogurt maker I'm using is Culture Cupboard. That's the one I use because it's not electrical. Be careful not to scorch your milk. You're just going to bring it to a boil, so keep an eye on it. But definitely put hot water in this, as hot as you can from the tap. Any hotter than that, and it'll be too hot and it'll kill your yogurt. They recommend just doing it this way, and it'll have the right temperature, and seal it up until we're ready. I have to move you forward some. Wash your jar out and put the same hot water in it. Just from the tap, no hotter than that. And put the lid on it and seal it up. What you're doing is keeping it hot until the yogurt's ready. Well, at least until you get the milk and everything done to where you'll be making it. Now you see why I love the spring. When spring comes, you can make all these things. I throw towels over and keep it as warm as I can until I get this milk hot and to boiling point. There's that smaller stuff. So when you deal with cultures, you have to make sure that you keep it clean for them, especially the yogurt and the buttermilk, because if it's not, it will go and it won't work. It'll just go bad. I keep the buttermilk rotating all the time and the yogurt, but if the yogurt gets contaminated, you have to start over from scratch. Now when this comes to a boil, please remember that we're going to take it off the heat, and we have to bring it down anywhere between 104 to 110. I like to keep it around 107 when I go to make my yogurt. It can't be too cold and it can't be too hot. Now this yogurt that we're making today will be the one that you're looking for. We went through the 2 stages to get to this stage. The 3rd stage is actually when you do have yogurt that you can eat. Because I've tried eating that and it doesn't cut it. Okay, as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it off, move it to the mat, and when it chills down to like around 107, like I said, between 104 and 200, that's when I'll be back. Okay, the temperature is between 104 and 110. Now what you're going to have to, I'm going to have to get a spoon for this. Now you cannot put more than 2 tablespoons to a quart of yogurt that you're making at a time. And see, here's 1, and I'll use a half of 1. And this you could just throw out. You're only going to stir this very little. That's it. Throw the water out of the jar. Now we're going to pour this yogurt in here. Well, some of it didn't go in, okay. Put the lid on it. Empty the water out of the yogurt container. Put it in here. Seal it up tomorrow morning. And I'm also going to cover it with 2 towels and keep it as warm as I can. And tomorrow morning, you will have yogurt. Now, I'm going to make another one right behind this tomorrow, and that'll be my backup. The trick of keeping your yogurts going is to make sure you make fresh yogurt from your backup before you use your yogurt, because if you contaminate, it's not going to go. That's what happened. That's why my yogurt died. And I'll go through the same process, heating the milk up. And this is so bitter, I'm just going to put it in my compost, and it can just go out in the yard. But that's how you make yogurt, and as long as you keep it going, you will always have yogurt. Just don't contaminate it. That's the whole trick. The contamination is what destroys it. So listen, take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.